What is going on, guys? Matt Downs with Daily Grind Fantasy Sports to help give you the edge for this NBA 10-game Wednesday slate on DraftKings. Cannot wait to break it down. If you guys want to be entered into the $25 giveaway that we do every single Friday on our live stream, please like, subscribe, and also comment your favorite GPP play for this slate. If you guys are brand new to this channel, we provide both free and paid content for all daily fantasy sports across all sports. If you could please show your support by hitting that subscribe button, notification bell, and of course smashing that like button for all of our future NBA content. If you would like to know more about becoming a better DFS player and taking down that big GPP, head over to www.patreon.com/DGFantasy for more information. On Patreon, we give advanced cheat sheets for all DFS sports on DraftKings. These cheat sheets include updated projections, ownership, and our overall favorite plays from slate to slate. We take it a step further by teaching you how to play fantasy sports like a shark, by showing you where the best leverage spots are to put you in the best spots to take down tourneys. Also included is our private Discord chat where you get to talk over the slate with everyone, including our coaches, to help build your lineups. And now let's go ahead and dive right into this NBA 10-game slate. But first, you guys know we had to cover the Patreon success, and we had a lot of it last night. Had a takedown, $117 turned into $798 over there on DraftKings. Some more success. We had some more success on our showdown slates. Also, our SuperDraft champion slate projections were out last night for the first time since they came out with the news that they're doing a champion slate, and had a lot of success over there. We will get to those screenshots here. Had some more success, got a winner take all. Looks like this was a $90 buy-in, I believe, or $85 buy-in. Nonetheless, a takedown over there, $460, and had some more FanDuel success. $25 turned into $150. Everybody is utilizing the lever sheet to their ability over here on Patreon. If you guys haven't signed up for Patreon, again, link is in the description. Only $20 a month gives you access to all of our favorite cash plays, GPP plays for every single major sport. And now let's finally switch gears over here to cover this 10-game NBA slate. We have a massive slate, and it's not straightforward whatsoever. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I had a tough time picking an NBA thumbnail, but whenever I have a chance to make it my favorite player in the NBA right now, Patty Mills, I'm gonna do that, okay, because he actually is a good value play. But let's go ahead and cover the rest of the slate here. Right now, here in the first game with Orlando, we have Ennis and Wagner here, questionable for them. We have Terrence Ross, Michael Carter-Williams, and Otto Porter officially out. Doesn't really impact that picture, and it is also a pace down spot for Orlando. With Cleveland, though, we have Delly, Hartenstein, Sexton, still their highest usage guy on the floor, out, and Stevens officially out. So there is a little bit of value there. So we'll be covering that picture there. Again, a pace down spot for the Cleveland Cavs as well. Right now, the over-under is a 210. Looking over at the Atlanta picture, Goodwin is actually questionable. Herter, Hunter, Reddish, Snell, and Young are officially out. Pretty much all the guards. Yes, if Goodwin is added to that injury report, then there's a ton of value to go around. Lou Will might be in a good smash spot here for Atlanta. With Philly, nothing really going on there. With Charlotte, we have not Lonzo, LaMelo Ball still out. We have Darling, Hayward, and Malik Monk still out for them. With Boston, we have Jason Tatum, Robert Williams, questionable, with Kemba Walker officially out. So definitely something to be paying attention to there. If Jason Tatum is ruled out, we're going right back to the well there with Jaylen Brown. With Chicago, we have Troy Brown officially out. Zach LaVine also out. With New York, nothing really impacting their picture. Alec Burks and Mitchell Robinson officially out for them. With the Lakers, looks like every single person is back. Caruso is questionable, and LeBron James, unfortunately, is still out. And same thing with Dudley. We love targeting teams against the Washington Wizards, so it'll be interesting to see how many guys are going to be chalky here versus the Washington Wizards. We know whoever plays them in a pace-up spot, the Lakers are favored by 3 points, with Anthony Davis now back in the mix. On the Washington side, nothing going on there. Robin Lopez is expected to be playing. And then San Antonio, they are without Derek White and Trey Lyles, one of their biggest ball handlers. So yes, there is some value there in San Antonio. However, they are going to be playing in a pace down spot versus a very good defensive team in Miami. Questionable is Tyler Hero and Nunn. That will impact the picture drastically there in Miami if they are ruled out. And then Oladipo is still out for them. With New Orleans, we have Nall and Hart officially out. With New Orleans, Steven Adams is questionable. That will impact that picture if he is ruled out. Denver still Marcus Morris. I'm sorry, Monty Morris and Will Barton still out for them. With Portland, we still have Zach Collins out, and then Memphis, nobody out for them, so it doesn't really impact that picture. However, noteworthy, that is the highest over-under on the entire slate at a 235. And then the Clippers versus Phoenix, that should be a very good game. Phoenix is favored by 3.5 points right now. Clippers are still without Leonard, Beverly, and Ibaka, so we might have to go back to the well there with Paul George. And then with Phoenix, we have Nader and Crowder. Crowder is questionable. And then last but not least, with Utah, Donovan Mitchell still on the injury report, and then added to it is also Mike Conley. We love this pace-up spot for them. Going against Sacramento, De'Aaron Fox is still out. Woodard questionable. Harrison Barnes is questionable. That will be huge if he is ruled out because he plays 38 minutes a game. Tons of value to go all the way around. And then same thing with Marvin Bagley. And now let's go ahead and apply all of this injury news over to our NBA slate. Let's start out with Utah. Utah and one of the highest pace games, and plus they have a ton of usage to go all the way around without Mike Conley and also Donovan Mitchell. So if you take a look here at the board, Joe Ingles is actually showing the best point per dollar value right now at a 5.5 point per dollar value. Also Royce O'Neal at 33 projected minutes and 4.9K. If you guys take a look at the usage board all the way down, we have a 4.5% usage rate increase to Bogdanovic. To Gobert, we have a 3.7% usage rate boost, and also with Ingles a 3.6% usage boost. And there's just a ton of usage to go around this team and a high-paced spot for them. So I really love all of these guys for cash. But specifically, I want to talk about Joe Ingles, Royce O'Neal, and also Bogdanovic. They are showing great minutes, great upside here in a pace-up spot for Sacramento. 6.4K is very obtainable for Bogdanovic. Same thing with Joe Ingles at 6.7K. So really, I consider this entire starting lineup cash viable. But my favorites are going to be Joe Ingles just because of his price tag, $6,700 with all that usage. And same thing with Royce O'Neal at 4.9K. I think he's a great value play. And people might overlook him, but he gets a nice little usage bump and averaging almost 0.9 fantasy points per minute. That's very not Royce O'Neal like to be averaging that many fantasy points per minute. But switching over to the next chalk team we're going to be talking about, it's going to be the San Antonio Spurs versus the Miami Heat. Miami Heat, very good defensive team, I know that, but there's a ton of usage to go all the way around here with Derek White off the floor. He is a major ball handler for that team. When you take him off the court, it actually does a little bit to guys like Patty Mills, Rudy Gay, DeJounte Murray. DeJounte Murray is going to be stepping into the spotlight tonight, and also Keldon Johnson. So pretty much all the guard play. DeMar DeRozan really isn't affected in this picture, still carrying the highest usage rate on the team, 25.2% ownership, 1.16 fantasy points per minute. But my favorites are going to be these value play point guards. Guys like Patty Mills at $3,400, playing 27 projected minutes, hasn't been on the best stretch. But if there's going to be a game where he picks it up, it's going to be tonight, playing 27 minutes. And he played 32 in the last game versus Washington. Keep in mind that was an overtime game, so subtract 5 minutes from 32 and you get 27 minutes. So I think he has some upside here. 6.4 point per dollar value. Doesn't average the best fantasy point per minute, but it's also not the worst here. 0.81 fantasy points per minute, and he should be handling the ball a majority of the time he's on the floor. Keldon Johnson, also not that bad of a value play here. 5.2K, 32 projected minutes, comes out to a 5.8 point per dollar value. Same thing with Lonnie Walker, also projected 28 minutes and near bottom of the barrel price tag, averaging less fantasy points per minute than Patty Mills, so I don't like him as much. But Lonnie Walker, we know if he is inserted into the starting lineup, going to be playing starter minutes. Well, 30 plus minutes for Lonnie Walker at 3.6K. Definitely don't hate that. And DeJounte Murray, like I said, is going to be the main ball handler. I think he's more GPP viable just because of his price tag, 7.3K, and a pace down spot here versus Miami. Last but not least, let's talk about this Cleveland Cavs team. This is going to fill up the rest of the chalk here. Cedi Osman at 5K. At first glance, that doesn't look that good, but he's still averaging over 0.8 fantasy points per minute and 36 projected minutes. A ton of upside with those minutes. I know it's not the best matchup here. 107 projected minutes, a 5.8 point per dollar value right now on our sheet. Okoro, I know guys, Okoro, you guys hate his name, but I have to bring him up. 3.8K, averaging 0.67 fantasy points per minute. Not that bad of a price tag here for a guy projected in 33 minutes. Also a 5.8 point per dollar value. So I like the guard play still here from Cleveland without the likes of Sexton and a couple of these other pivotal roles here in Cleveland. So the rest of the chalk will be here in Cleveland. And again, guys, we have a ton of pending injury news across the board. I will touch base on my favorite pay up option here Paul George absolutely burned the entire DFS community a couple nights ago, but I'm going right back to the well tonight in a very competitive, what should be a very competitive matchup here versus Phoenix. The Clippers are 3-point underdogs, and without Kawhi Leonard, it has to fall on the shoulders of Paul George. Paul George averaging 1.49 fantasy points per minute with these guys off the court, and we still have a couple pending injury news here with the Clippers. Nick Batum and Coffrey are officially questionable, so if they are ruled out, yes, it's going to give a bump to a couple of these other players, and I think that they are in a very, very good spot. So guys, a ton of injury news to wait on just throughout the slate, but as of right now, those are going to be my cash plays. The major injury news is going to come here from Boston. Right now, Jason Tatum is questionable. Same thing with Robert Williams. So that is going to be my breakdown of the slate. Let's switch over to some prize picks. My lock for tonight is going to be Joe Ingles at 34 points. Right now, we have him projected at about 38 points, so we have him hitting the over nearly 55% of the time in our contest. Again, if you guys haven't signed up for prize picks, now is the time to do it. Enter code DGF when signing up for a $100 match, 100% match up to $100. It's free money over there. Just test it out. It's like picking the over or under of certain players. You can mix sports in there. There are so many sports to be playing over here on prize picks, literally from cricket, COD, MLB. We have CSGO, PGA, disc golf. Are you kidding me? Like, they have everything on here. You can mix parlays together, picking the over and under. And again, we provide projections for every single major sport for prize picks and also on SuperDraft. If you guys haven't signed up for SuperDraft, links are also in the description. Been killing it over there. And that will wrap up my video, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy this content. If you did, please do hit that subscription button, notification bell, and of course smash that like button for all of our future NBA content. With all that being said, have a great rest of your day, and let's cash.